Ada Woodson Adams, and today is the 15th of July, 2006. I'm interviewing
Helen Stevens Ransom.
and we're at the Holiday Inn in Zanesville, Ohio, and we're doing this for the African American Presence in the Ohio River Valley Oral History Project. Good afternoon or good evening, Helen. How are you doing this evening?
Just fine, thank you.
It's good to see somebody that I know, and so, but even though I know you and we grew up in the same town, I want you to pretend that I don't know you and I don't know your family. And so if you will, when you talk about your grandpa or somebody, if you give them a name.
Okay.
For me, okay? Helen, where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Nelsonville, Ohio. I grew up in Meigs County in the southern part of the state.
When did you leave Nelsonville?
When I was 3 years old.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 3 months old.
3 months, okay.
Yes.
They carried you out of Nelsonville, did they?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Did your parents ever tell you why you left Nelsonville for Meigs County?
Well, my father was from there, and he was working temporarily in Nelsonville when I was born.
Okay. I'm going to go back a little bit and just ask you to name your parents for me.
Okay, that would be Fremont Stevens and Alta Marie Harper.
Okay. And where was Fremont born?
He was born in 1900 in Meigs County, Ohio.
Okay. And Alta?
She was born in Athens County or in Nelsonville, Ohio.
Okay. What year do you know?
Mother was born 1905.
And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I did have 3 brothers, 2 older and 1 younger.
And what were your brothers' names and dates of birth?
Oh, David was the eldest, and he was born in 1925. Raymond was the second son, and he was born in 1927, I believe. And I was born in 1935, and my younger brother was born in 1937, I believe.
And so, your father, what kind of work was he doing in Nelsonville?
He was working at the brickyard there.
Okay. And when he went back to Meigs County, what city did you live in?
We lived near a place called Langsville, Ohio. It's just a little small place that had a store, a couple stores, and a post office. But we lived on a farm, and he farmed, and he was the person that helped to build the roads and grade the roads down there. He was an elected official in Salem Township.
Okay. Did you spend all your life there on the farm?
Yes, I grew up down there and graduated from there.
What school did you go to?
I went to Rutland High School.
Okay. Did your brothers go to that school also?
Yes, they did, all 3.
Okay. What was school like for you?
Very different because I was the only black or colored or whatever in my class.
And how many were in your class approximately?
It was 36, I believe, graduated.
Were there any other persons of color in the school?
I would say about 5, that's all.
5, and 3 of them
Yes.
being your family.
Yes.
Okay. What were the teachers? How did the teachers treat you?
Well, they treated me real good. I tried to maintain good grades, which my parents insisted on, and that day you did the best you could. And but the teachers and I got along just fine.
Okay. How about with the other kids in the class?
We were always, I never had any problems.
No name calling or anything like that?
When I was in grade school, yes. I went through that for a period of time, but they used to tease my little brother, and that would make me angry, but there was some. And of course, I fought back. And
I was going to ask, what did you do when you got angry?
well, the teacher would make us sit on the front row in the little 2-room schoolhouse and threaten to spank us, you know, but I never got it.
All right. When your father went back to Meigs County to take up farming, was there a reason why he decided to do that?
Well, we lived on the Norman farm there, and then we moved to the home place, which was the Stevens home place that was originally the Rumfield place. So,
Okay. Now you mentioned the name Norman. Were they related to you, the Normans?
yes, Henry Sherman Norman was married to my grandfather's sister.
And your grandfather's sister's name was?
Was Elizabeth. Elizabeth Harper.
Okay. Now, the Harper name is a popular name. I can't think of the word I want to say, but a name that you find often in and around Athens County and Meigs County.
Yes, there was quite a few of the Harper family that came from the Virginia area, and they came to Ohio. They were all around the area, Belmont County and all that. Then a lot of them went then to northern Michigan, up in that area, and a lot of them still live there. And my grandparents remained in Nelsonville.
Okay, what were your grandparents' names?
That was David Harper, and he was married to Emma Morgan Harper.
Okay. When did the Harpers come out of Virginia into Ohio? Do you know?
I really don't know offhand. I know that my grandparents were married in about 1900 or 1901, and they were young then, and so it would have been actually their parents lived lived in Michigan, northern Michigan, and they moved back down to Ohio.
Okay, that's interesting. Can you tell me how the Harpers their family got to Michigan?
Well, it's said that they went there by ox cart and horse-drawn carriages.
Okay. Did they go with just themselves or with a group of people?
No, they went with a lot of they were some of the early settlers of northern Michigan, up in the Remus area.
Okay. And do you know why David chose not to leave Nelsonville?
I really don't know, but he was working in a coal mine there. He also used to haul coal up the Erie Canal.
How did he do that?
Well, they hauled them on barges, and they were pulled by mules.
Okay. Did you ever have an opportunity to speak with him about that?
Well, I've heard my mother talk about it more than grandfather, but part of the canal is still there. So every time I go by, it's interesting, to see where he actually was.
Did the Harper family come into Ohio with any other families when they migrated from Virginia?
Yes, they did. There were many families a lot of them are still in northern Michigan, and there was the Rice, the Greens, Myers, just a whole lot, and I am related to a lot of those families, the original families that went up there.
Did you ever hear about any Underground Railroad activity during any of your ancestors?
Yes. For where I lived, my great-great-grandfather was an Indian guide to General Putnam, and he came from Massachusetts. His name was Ezekiel Gomer, and he came with General Putnam and stayed with him until Marietta was settled, and it was laid out. And then he gave him, I believe it was 670 acres in Meigs County. And I lived where I grew up. I could look up at the Gomer farm. His daughter was married. Her first husband was married to a Norman. He was in Andersonville prison during the Civil War, and he died there. Then she married my uncle. So my great-grandmother was a full-blooded Cherokee.
Okay. the guy's name that was in Anderson prison?
Henry Norman.
Henry Norman.
Yes.
He married a full-blooded Cherokee?
Yes.
Okay, and what was her name?
Her name, Sarah Gomer.
Okay.
That was the daughter of Ezekiel.
Okay.
He had 2 daughters, and both of them married Normans.
Okay. Tell me about your Native American heritage. When did you learn about it, and how did you react to it when you learned about it?
Well, when I was young, I didn't hear too much, but eventually my mother would tell me things, and I knew I had pictures. I have the original pictures of the Harpers, and the one Harper, his name was Yip Yellow Dog.
No. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And he changed his name. This is what my mother told me. He changed his name to John Gibson Harper. And he was a senior because he had a son we named John Gibson Jr.
Okay.
That was on my mother's father's side.
Okay.
Then on my mother's side, they were of another Indian tribe, and she was a Lett. Joanna Lett married Morgan, and she was, I can't remember.
That's okay. You said Joanna Lett was an Indian?
Joanna Lett, yes. She was born a Lett, and she was Indian, yes.
Okay. I happen to have seen the name Yellow Dog in some census in Nelsonville, Ohio. So that would have been John Gibson?
John Gibson Sr., yes.
Okay. He was the only Native American person I ever saw listed in Athens County.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, his parents, when my mother had told me that when you went to their house, it was a teepee up in Remus, Michigan, and it was pretty well wooded at that time, and they lived in a teepee, and they had a lean-to for a kitchen, and they covered the trail to the house to where they lived because it was difficult to find. Nobody could hardly find it. That's when she was a little girl.
Wow, your mother remembered that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Yellow Dog was married at the time, I believe. Do you know who his wife might have been? It's back in the 1800s. So.
Yes, I should remember, but I don't remember.
Okay. So when did your families celebrate their Native American culture?
No.
Do you know why they didn't?
My father was Cherokee too, Cherokee and German, and I started researching about 14 years ago, and I uncovered all this. And then there was a book that has the pictures that I have the originals of, and they're my grandparents and great-grandparents and so forth.
Wow, okay. Are you going to do anything with that information? Are you going to turn it into a book for future generations?
Well, I have cousins that have already done that. And they've come down to my generation, and then hopefully we will go to my children and so forth.
I'm going to ask you one more time your father's name again.
Fremont Howard Stevens.
Okay. And I don't think I asked you where he was born.
He was born down at Langsville, Ohio. But his parents lived up in the Belmont area, up in Washington County, and there's where his father is buried.
Okay, thank you. The other thing is, how did you feel and your family they felt about your the culture other than the Native American culture? Did they talk much about your ethnic background and how they were embracing that particular ethnic?
It was never discussed.
Never discussed.
Never in the house, no.
Okay. Even when you found out about your Native American history?